Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 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 All right. We are live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. How's everyone doing tonight? How's it going? Happy Friday the 13th to everyone. And I'll start off by saying tonight that Friday the 13th has always been a very lucky day for me. And I will say that today's been a great day so far. This entire week has been a phenomenal week for Dawn and I. We've got a lot done. My girlfriend Dawn had a lot of appointments this week, and she is doing great. And she's experienced a lot in her life and dealt with a lot of trauma and just dealt with a lot of BS. And this week, I saw a difference in her on just learning to accept things better and understanding things and letting things go. I'm just so proud of her. And I know you've been popping in on these shows, babe, at the beginning. And I just want you to know I'm very proud of you and I love you. And that's all that matters. And all that matters is how I feel about you and how you feel about me and how we feel about each other. And that's how I feel. So, today's show, and by the way, I'm out late again. I'm at Red Morton Park. It's going to probably start getting dark around my second lap, so I will probably only do 2 laps. Maybe I might do all 3. It just all depends. I'm going to wait. There's a guy walking his dog, so. And I think he's going to be walking the way I'm supposed to walk. So, yeah, he is. So I'm going to just let him get ahead. Yeah, today's going to be a very chill and laid back show. Just wishing everyone a great weekend. And whatever you want to talk about in the chat, if you have any questions regarding your personal or professional life, if you need any advice, or you just want some moral support or just somebody to bounce something off of, that's what I'm here for. That's what we do here at the GNA, also known as the Genuine Networking Association. This dude has 2 big dogs, and this must be like the first time he's walking them because he's having difficulty just walking them 1 block without the dogs having to stop or him stopping. He's got 2 big dogs. Anyway, I got a boogie. If not, I'm going to run out of daylight. Anyway, so I don't really have an agenda for this show. It's a free for all. Of course, obviously the same rules apply here. No trolling, no attacking, no hating. And we're going to start to even take the more stricter stance against trolling, attacking, and hating. And that even includes our current supporters and even paid current supporters. I just really don't want to talk about any past nonsense anymore. And, you know, it's just not worth it based on, you know, what we don't get anything out of it. It doesn't move our needle forward. And because of the way social media works and other aspects out of our control, out of my control here, us talking about certain things only moves other people's needles forward and not ours. There's just a lot of people coming in and out of the park right now. Cars pulling out, people walking on the sidewalk. It looks like some sporting events going on. I think baseball season is over, but I don't know. I saw some kids with some bats and gloves, and I believe it's soccer season right now. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, so basically moving forward here, you know, we want to focus completely on our positive content. Because I've learned to realize even tackling certain things head on, which is normally the right way to handle things. With most people, the right way to handle things is head on. But with some people, tackling it head on only gives them more of what they want, because that's the name of their game, right? And so, you know, there's really no way to, you know, tackle certain things with certain people that aren't reasonable. Out here on YouTube, for example, because these people are intentionally unreasonable as part of their content. So trying to bring in any logic and reasoning to the table to get them off your back doesn't work. It only gives them more of what they want, and then they amp it up, right? And when they don't get what they want, they keep poking the bear with sock accounts and all this and that, right? Spamming your chat, this and that, right? And then they trash talk you, saying that, you know, you're feeding into this, right? Well, when we don't feed into this shit, then you guys keep poking the bear. You guys make 20 sock accounts. You make fake videos, right? You got a bunch of people, an army of people creating this targeted hate attack on me. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know, you can only ignore stupid shit like this for so long before it really starts to affect you, whether you like it or not, whether you ignore it or not. All right? How you doing, Tia? Not too bad. How about yourself, Tia? Great to see you here. Thank you for Thank you for stopping by. It's always nice to see you. Yeah, I'm just wishing everyone a great weekend today and just kind of just, shooting the shit about a few things. I'm just basically putting it out there that I just don't want to talk about certain unreasonable people anymore. And Tia, you're very smart. You know what's going on. And I think you're beginning to really see the light of things, right? Now that you've been a part of this for a while. But like I was saying, like just feeding into it or just even talking about it reasonably and making reasonable content as a learning lesson for example purposes, it just makes the situation worse because of the way certain people are, right? They have no regard, for rules or laws or respect or anything like that. They don't. They don't. And, it's like a lot of people have told me, go legal on some of these people. And I should, but I'm not going to. I should. There's more than enough to go legal on many people. Because a lot of this is out of my control. A lot of this is intentional poking and antagonizing. Because, well, on one hand, these people will say, oh, why not just ignore us? Well, that's what we do. But then you poke harder because you don't want us ignoring you, because ignoring you doesn't feed you what you need for your audience, right? And so, here's the thing, with certain creators like this that intentionally antagonize you to try to get a reaction from you and then use you as their content, right? They can only play that game so many times. I played that game several months ago, and I went at it hard. I went at this same person that's back to coming at me again for no reason. I went at him hard to the point of where he backed off. I don't want to go hard at him again. I don't want to waste more time or energy because I know it would work. I know it would work. It would work because what I was doing was basically effectively calling them out on everything. And a lot of people were supporting me because there are a lot of people that feel the same way, right? And then I backed off and I lost a lot of support. Because those people were just helping me fight a similar battle. And I'm not the kind of person that's about, trying to fight battles on YouTube with other creators, or I'm not looking for a negative back and forth. I'm looking to share stories and have reasonable discussions over modern day issues. I'm looking to help uplift people. I'm looking to motivate and inspire people. And here's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is that every single person on this planet has the capabilities of motivating and inspiring people. Every single person does. Right? But not many people choose to do what I do because out here on YouTube, it's not damning enough. It's too boring to motivate and inspire people, but it's not boring to shit talk people and make shit up about people. Right? Well, quite frankly, to me, that is boring. Trash talking and making up shit about people, to me, is boring. A lot of this stuff was done in the 90s and in the early 2000s, between 2000 and 2010. You had a lot of daytime TV shows. You had like the Springer shows. You had Maury. You had Ricky Lake. You had Phil Donahue. You had a lot of those shows, right? And all they did was the same shit every day with different people. It was the same old thing. You folks understand that all they did was lather, rinse, repeat the same shit, but with different people. And those shows ran for over a decade and made lots of money. Why? Because people, for some reason, like to tune in and watch a fight. I've never been like that. You know, I watched the Springer show every now and then. I never religiously watched the Springer show because, to me, it was pointless. It's like, we already know what's going to happen before it happens, because it's the same thing. You have a couple on there, one of them cheats. When the other one finds out the other one cheated, then they start to throw hands at each other, right? And then the person that they cheated on with comes out as well and gets into a fight with the other person that was cheated on. And then you see Steve Wilkos come in with a big grin and a smile and try to pretend to break up the fight, right? And he's sitting there saying, this is stupid, dumb shit, but I'm getting paid a lot of money. That's what it boils down to. Stupid, dumb shit that somehow made a lot of money back in those days. People tuned into it, and companies sponsored it, endorsed it. When you sponsor a show, you're basically endorsing it at the same time. So any companies that put their commercials on the Springer show were endorsing fighting. But they didn't give a shit, because all they cared about was, hey, if these people are watching where we put our commercials and they buy our products, who gives a shit what the fuck they do, right? There's no morality sometimes when it comes to business, right? Tia says, not too bad. I've seen a lot. It's not worth getting worked up over. We need to focus on the positive. Nothing is going to change. You are up against many that take so much out of proportion. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, Tia, I try to be as nice as possible, but it's hard to be nice to people that are intentionally trashing you as their content to make money off you, right? Even if they're just doing that, pretend, it still affects my reputation. And in my opinion, they can go fuck themselves, right? Because here's the bottom line. These same people that have come at me, they've trashed me on things that they themselves have done worse or are in a worse position, right? Everything that I've been trashed upon or trashed on, these people are hypocrites, because they're doing what they're accusing me of doing, right? And you see, any normal human being, Tia, like yourself, myself, Don, my family, etc., any normal human being would understand what a group like this is doing, and same thing with their audience. The only reason why content like this works on YouTube is because you've got a lot of mentally ill people on the platform that are just not in a good place. And they're lonely and miserable people. Right? And they need someone like me to be knocked down a few pegs so they can feel better, right? And they use me because I'm a happy, outgoing, down to earth, reasonable person that's living the best life I can possibly live based on what I've got, which is not a whole lot, but I'm making it work. And I'm finding ways to make it work, right? You see, here's the thing, Tia. A lot of people would not put anyone like me through what I've been put through if they didn't perceive me to be someone they want to be like or be in a similar position. There is no other logical or psychological explanation why this happens, Tia. And I say this with humility. I'm just speaking the truth, right? I mean, why? Here's another question, Tia, and anyone else that's here. Why would people keep coming at someone like me if I'm already the lowest of the low? If I've already been knocked down to the lowest, why would people keep trying to knock me down? It's because they perceive me as not being knocked down at the lowest. That's the truth of the matter. They perceive me as someone that makes them feel not that good about themselves because they're spending all their time comparing themselves to me instead of just working on bettering themselves and focusing on themselves and only themselves. That's what they should do. You compare yourself to other people, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're only slowing down your own success. You're hindering your progress. Tia says, I would be upset too. This has gone on way too long. The audience just believes all this crap. Some of the content is questionable, but the past is the past. I live for the future. Some of the content is questionable. Okay. Well, all I can tell you is this, Tia. Anything that's been put on regarding me, I've addressed. And it's 100% questionable. Everything that's been put out on me, by who, has either been 100% false or taken way out of context to make it more damning so that shitty audience can tune in. Right? So yeah, I mean, granted you're entitled to your own opinions and whatever you've heard, you've heard. A lot of the stuff that you've heard has been spliced up and taken way out of context. I'll just put it to you this way. Anything that you feel is off is more than likely highly edited and taken way out of context. And tools we have nowadays, you know how easy it is to do that. Right? And Tia, I'm not really I'm not really upset. I don't get upset about these things anymore. I don't. Yesterday I addressed this one guy that has a massive obsession with me because, he doesn't take any ownership of what he does. He wants to make me look like a piece of shit in front of his audience by saying that he's left me alone, which he hasn't left me alone. He's just done things on like 20 sock accounts, created cartoons on myself, my ex-girlfriend, my current girlfriend, right? Artificially, taking voices out of context regarding people I care for. And he wants to come out here and say, oh, I've left you alone for so many months, and what have you done since? And what does it matter what I've done? Why does it matter to you what I've done? It doesn't matter. Like, you seem to think like you fucking own me, dude, and you don't own anybody, dude. You don't even own yourself, right? You're a little fucking weasel that has a bunch of, middle-aged to elderly aged women that are just lonely, sad, and miserable because no one pays attention to them. So you figure, okay, I'll feed them my content, I'll pay attention to them, and they'll pay me money for it because, hey, no one really pays attention to me, and no one pays attention to them. So if I just leverage that, they can be my paying audience. That's right. You've got a bunch of, middle-aged to elderly aged, lonely and miserable women. A lot of women that, probably a lot of people don't want to be around because of their attitudes or how they are. That's just my opinion. So what else are these women going to do? They're going to watch anything you put out there because you're paying attention to them. And they're going to pay you to keep doing it because they got nothing better to do with their time or money, right? So there you go. That's just my opinion. It's probably more of a fact, and here's the thing, I really don't give a shit if these women want to pay you money. I don't. Tia says, that is like elderly abuse. They will one day see the fuckery. Yeah, I don't know, Tia. I mean, I get what you're saying. I want to agree with you on that. I don't think it's elderly abuse. I think it's taking advantage of these women's vulnerabilities, preying on these women's weaknesses and vulnerabilities, right? Without that, this guy has no audience. He's making no money, right? But hey, if these women want to get sucked in, if these women need this to feel better about themselves, then quite frankly, Tia, we're actually over here on my end, we're actually more so helping these women. We're helping these women through the content we create. Because without us creating our content, he could not create his content to cater it to those sad, lonely, and miserable women that are over there just seeking relevancy and acceptance, right? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going against what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. If you want to look at it as elderly abuse, that's on you. I don't really think it is, but I do think it is preying on the vulnerabilities of these women. And if they are elderly and they are like mentally ill, then maybe that is an elderly abuse. Maybe it is. I don't know. I get where you're coming from, though. It's no different than I'm helping Dawn. That is what's been okay. I understand that. Let me ask you this, Tia. Do you feel you are helping my woman to an early grave? Do you feel you're? I mean, I'm just asking you, casually here on the show. Because if you allow stupid, dumb, mentally R people on you, I'm not saying this about UT in general. If anyone allows stupid, mentally R people on YouTube to convince people that have donated money to you, and you say, okay, every time you donate money to Eli, you're donating to his girlfriend's grave, they can all go fuck themselves for all I care, right? Because here's the thing, Tia. All those motherfuckers over there, including the main dude that runs the shows, they drink way more than Don's ever. They drink way more than Don ever has, which is what I'm trying to say. I've had people tell me behind the scenes in the past that that little millennial dude hates doing these shows. He does it because it makes him money. But he has to drink a ton of hard alcohol before, during, and after the show to get through it. So who's the real alcoholic here, right? All those people over there, they drink way more than Don and I ever have. All of them, right? All of them have had past or still have current issues. All of them are misfits, and they're trying to seek acceptance and relevancy somewhere. And I feel for them. I do. I feel for that. I feel for the people in that audience. But what a lot of these people don't realize is that they're being played by that little millennial dude like an orchestra conductor. And he's overlooking all their issues solely because of the fact that they're paying him money to attack myself and Don and other people, right? When these people have way more issues than we've ever had, right? And that's okay. Because, here's the thing, Tia. I got some new comforters, a really good deal on Amazon. Redoing the bedroom with Dawn. And all that stuff is coming tomorrow. After tomorrow, we're going to be looking forward to sleeping with our new comforter and our sheets and just relaxing and not letting any of this stuff, bother us, Not saying the current sheets we had were bad. It's just they've worn down. When you have dogs and stuff, and they sleep with you, shit gets worn down. And I had my comforter, my nice comforter, for years before Dawn even moved in. So, but I talk with Dawn regularly. It's no one's business what Dawn does. Well, that's true. That is true. That is really true. That dude was on a bicycle, and I guess he had some kind of boombox. He's got his kids on his bike, and he's got this boombox on there. I'm like, where's that coming from? That's some thunderous bass from a pedal bicycle. I love getting new bedding and sheets. I swear I sleep better. Yeah. Yeah, so do we. No, I've been wanting to get them for a while, Tia, but it's all about timing. It's all about timing, you know, and where I spend my money, because I'm trying to stretch my money as much as possible. So, there's there are certain times where I could spend a little more than others. But anyway, um, yeah, new sheets are fantastic. No, we totally look forward to that. But, look, for the last 30 minutes or so of this show, maybe 20 minutes, probably 20 minutes. I'm only going to do 2 laps today. It's going to start to get dark, and I walked a lot today anyway, going to some places with Dawn. I really want to try to get through to some people that I know are watching here right now, but are not chatting, whether you're afraid to chat or maybe you're blocked. But more so, there are some people that are not blocked that are afraid to chat. And what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to say what you need to say here. Don't be afraid to reach out to me by email. eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org. Links below in the description of any of the videos here. And it's also in the About section of both channels. GNA 2, Genuine Live Personal Development, which is here, or the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Go to the About section. From a laptop or desktop, you'll see it there. If you're not on a laptop or desktop, go below in the description from your smartphone, and you'll see it there, eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org. Send me an email, and let's connect, and let's talk. I want to really start to interview some people and learn more about what you do out here on YouTube, or, what do you do for a living? Do you work in the corporate world still? Or have you transitioned into being self-employed? How have your experiences been on social media the last 12 years? How do you handle, trolls and haters and hateful people? Like, I really want to get down to the nitty-gritty with as many people as possible, because that's what we do here at the GNA. We help people become better people. We help people with their personal development and self-improvement. And if anyone is wondering what we do here, let me answer this again, because one dude purposefully lies when he talks about me and says, well, what is it that you do? Well, we help people through personal development and self-improvement. We help people become better. That's fine. Check PayPal. Be right back. All right, we're back live. Tia, much for your $25 PayPal donation. Get treats for the pups. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tia. Greatly appreciate that. Just to make it very clear, I will be filing more copyright takedowns at any piece of content of mine that's publicly available later this evening. When I'm done with the show, I'm going to be filing copyright takedowns. It's all good. Do what you got to do, and I will just remove stuff. You won't be able to keep anything up public. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to file copyright takedowns on your Rumble too. So, yeah. It's all good. And keep pushing the envelope, keep pushing the envelope. It's not a big deal to me. I've filed many copyrights lately, and I'm not ashamed to come out here and say it, and more are coming. And if you want to sue me in copyright court, let's go. Tia, thank you very much once again for your $25 PayPal. You want to talk about me without using my content? Feel free. Use my content, I will take you down. You can file a counter notification unless you want to more so notify YouTube that you're circumventing, which they can piece that together through your counter. You can file your counter notification, right? Right? Or you can sue me in small claims court. And again, I can withdraw and force you into federal court and force you to file copyright certificates on content that you don't own, right? It's all good. The copyright system will stop you. And if you file a counter, all I have to do is file a case in small claims court that you're going to withdraw from within the first 60 days, but at least that'll be sufficient enough for YouTube to keep your video down and keep the strike on your channel. I mean, look, you want to play the games, play the games. I don't care. But regardless, I come out here each and every day. And I got a good woman that I love. I enjoy spending time with. I have no shame to show her off publicly. She has no shame to come on publicly. I can't say that about many of you folks. None of you folks out there show us what you're so proud of, right? Why don't you show us what you're so proud of or shut your fucking mouth, right? It's unbelievable. I know these people are watching me right now, somewhere else, right? Here's the thing, you're focused on watching me instead of doing something else, right? That means you value me right now more than anything else that you're doing, right? You value me enough to pay that little weasel money, right? So regardless, you're not upsetting me that you're paying him money. I just think you're fucking stupid for paying him money to talk nonsense about me that primarily isn't true and has been said millions of times. Each of you ladies that donated to this guy tonight, look at yourselves in the mirror. First of all, look at yourselves in the mirror and ask yourself, do you like what you see? Look at your whole body and do you like what you see? If you're going to set in stock accounts here, James, or come in here and troll on your own, why don't you man up and show us what you're proud of? Show us your fake, phony girlfriend. You don't have a girlfriend, dude, because you've never shown her. Because you're too chicken that people are going to find out who she is and they're going to harass her just like you do to Don and I, right? You're the biggest sissy that's ever lived, dude. And I don't care how bad this makes me look. I'm not even, listen, I'm not even looking bad. It's just the truth, dude. You are a horrible, miserable human being. That makes no sense. And you have nothing to show for, dude. You've got nothing to show for. You're even too afraid to show your girl. You're even too afraid to do content with her because either A, she doesn't exist, or B, she does, and you're really not that proud of her. When you love a woman, dude, you accept her for who she is and everything that comes with her. And I don't give a fuck what you or anyone else thinks about Dawn or myself. All that matters is what we think, right? So if you're not a sissy boy and you're not afraid to show us what you're proud of, then get your girl to come on a video. Show us what you've got. I offer to debate you on a neutral third-party channel. You're not going to do that because you know I'll destroy you. You're not going to bring on your girl for whatever reason. Number one, I don't think she's something to be proud of like you think she is, because what woman would be with you, dude? What attractive woman would be with a guy like you, dude? You don't take care of yourself. What is your career, dude? What do you have to show for yourself, right? What are you, a YouTube gossip? A YouTube drama queen as a man? What do you tell women that you do? You're a nobody, dude. You've got nothing. The reason why you come at me is because I've got family and at least I've got stuff that I've worked hard for and that I've earned, regardless of what you try to spin it in, right? I did well selling insurance and all that stuff. And I did invest well, and I did invest also in the family properties. What do you got, dude? Do you want me to come at you the same way you come at me? You got a pretend girlfriend that you will never show. No one's going to believe you until you show her publicly, and even then, we probably wouldn't believe you, right? But what have you done with yourself, dude? What have you done with yourself the last 10 years? You've been a YouTube drama W, dude. I can't say that word here. You've been a YouTube drama W, right? There's not a normal woman on the planet that is going to respect and accept any man that does what you do, dude. Except the women, except the women I've been talking about earlier. The lonely, miserable, middle-aged, and elderly women that no one else will talk with or accept. So you basically suck them in to your drama as entertainment, and they pay you because they got nothing better to do with their time and money. That's all it boils down to. You want to speak real, let's speak real. That's as real gets. And I don't care, dude. Listen, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you talk about me every fucking day to the same fucking audience. I don't care if you try to say, "Oh, I've given you so much time to figure this out." Who the fuck are you to give me shit? You're not my fucking dad, you little bitch. You're not. You're absolutely not. You're not. And no, I'm not triggered. And no, I'm not upset. I'm just calling you out because you think you're some hot shit on these YouTube streets, dude, and you're worthless. You're a worthless piece of trash, garbage, dude. That's what you are. And your audience is no better than you. They're actually worse than you. The reason why they're worse than you is because they're letting you play them and suck their pocketbooks dry over stupid, dumb shit. Right? God has a plan for all of us, dude, including you. God has a plan for all of us. Tia, thank you once again for your $25 PayPal. Don and I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm just going to wrap up by saying this. You will never, ever, ever beat me in anything, dude. I'll tell you why. Because I don't compete with losers like you. And I don't really compete with anyone. The only person I really compete with is myself. All I try to do is better myself each and every day. All you try to do each and every day is continue the silly, stupid drama, continue to try to, suck money out of these innocent women's pocketbooks because you're a lazy ass and you don't want to get a real job and make some real money, right? And a part of getting a real job would be not doing drama content here and creating real content. You can make that a real job. Being a drama W on YouTube is not a real job. Attacking and harassing people and manipulating and siphoning money from very vulnerable women that think you like them when no one else does is absolutely pathetic, dude. Keep coming. Keep doing what you got to do. I will do what I have to do. I'm amping things up with copyrights and other things. I'm at the point right now. I'm at the point right now regarding this as some other creators were last year. And they took some action and it changed things. You pushed me to that point. And I'm going to do whatever I can to protect my content and to protect myself in any way possible. And you can sit there and try to laugh like a fucking hyena. You can sit there and try to laugh and say, oh, yeah, we sucked Eli back in again. You can try to suck me in all you want. The bottom line is it's a shared platform. I got to put up with you whether I want to or not. And that's the problem here. Because if I had to say, I would have booted your ass permanently off this platform. I would have banned your IP. I would have done whatever I can to ban you off the entire internet. Because honestly, a guy like you does not deserve, should not be on the internet. You're a predator, sir. You're an internet predator. Thanks for your walk and standing up for what is right. God bless everyone. Have a great weekend. Yeah, all I'm going to say is this. That dude is a predator. You are, dude. You're a predator. You do dumb shit on purpose because you know it gets attention. And then when you get called out on the dumb shit that got you attention and made you money from your audience, then you try to cover it up by saying, oh, it's entertainment, or it was just a joke, or, you know, blah, 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 right? So, anyway, I got to go. I'm going to spend time with my lady. Probably 2 shows tomorrow. I'll probably do them from the studio, too. With that being said, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. Thank you again, Tia, for your $25 PayPal. Don and I both have lots of love for you. Take care. Thanks for the 5 hearts. Good night.